What's up guys, Zimi here, welcome back. Today I will have two Tesla news to share with you guys. The first being Tesla's Model Y released in China, so let's just get right into it. Just 2 days ago, Tesla China released the pricing as well as opened up the made in China Tesla Model Y for order, with the long-range all-wheel drive just starting at below 340k RMB. Early rumors released by testmania.com suggest that there's more than 100k orders that came in the first 10 hours. That is just absolutely nuts. At one point, Tesla China's site crashed due to the surge in traffic. It'll probably take Shanghai Gigafactory a good chunk of 2021 to ramp up production to just chew through that order. Also interestingly, the performance version only comes in 30k RMB above the long-range all-wheel drive at 370k RMB. That equates to not even 5,000 US dollar difference. For reference, the difference between the performance Model Y and long range in the US is $10,000. That's much bigger than the gap in the Chinese market. For that, you're getting a much faster acceleration at 3.7 seconds, faster top speed, bigger wheels, better brakes, lower suspension, but at the expense of lower range. Personally, I will always take the smaller wheels because these 21-inch Uber turbine wheels are really easy to pop, and the smaller wheels just offers better efficiency and range. Meanwhile, we also saw a pretty big change in Tesla's Model 3 lineup in China. Tesla China actually took out the long-range Model 3 entirely, leaving you only with the option of a 250k standard range plus, or you can go up to 340k RMB, the same price as the long-range Model Y, to get the performance Model 3. I mean, before this, I think the performance Model 3 was selling for at least 410k RMB. That's a huge price drop. And with that, you get a very respectable 600 kilometer of range and a whopping 3.3 seconds of 0 to 60 acceleration with the track mode, right? So basically now for the same price, you can either choose the very spacious, practical, and Model Y with a lot of range, perfect for a family car, that's super versatile, that's still fun and fast. Or you can go for the ultimate performance at 3.3 seconds acceleration with the track mode. And damn, those new zero gravity wheels look so good. In the Model Y, we're also seeing a new interior trim that's similar to what we saw in the refresh of the US Model 3 for 2021, except that they also added some wood trim piece on the door panel to add in just a little bit more of a luxury feel for the Chinese consumer. In comparison, the US Model Y is still shipping with the old interior that is the same with what I got in summer of 2019. The China Model Ys also come with extra perks like the heated steering wheels, as well as those extra large HEPA filters, the biodefense mode that was only found in Model S and Model X before. These are such nice haves that I don't think even the US Model Y has now. The Model 3 lineup also got an interior refresh, being consistent with the new Model Ys in China. The most likely reason to cause Tesla to take out a rear-wheel drive long-range Model 3 is the capacity constraint on LG's battery supply, because Model 3 and Model Y performance and long range, all of those trims are eating into the same pool of LG's battery supply. Currently, only the standard range plus Model 3 are using the lower cost iron phosphate batteries from CATL. My guess is that with LG's battery capacity being the bottleneck, they're prioritizing the higher priced Model 3 performance and Model Y long range and performance. Here are my takes in the huge changes in Tesla China's lineup. It wouldn't surprise me that towards the second half of this year, we're gonna see Model Y starting at closer to 300k. Think about this, the similar range Neo EC6 and ES6 currently starts well above 400k RMB. That is almost 100k RMB or way more than 10k US dollars difference between where the Model Y starts. That brings me up to my second point. While everybody was focusing on product differentiation, branding, extra fancy features, and marketing, Tesla has been focusing on the most boring things, manufacturing and cost. Musk has stated repeatedly in the past few quarters is that manufacturing will be Tesla's long-term competitive advantage. The rate of improvement on the manufacturing efficiency and the cost control they have is just astonishing. And they're the only ones vertically integrated enough to be able to control the whole chain of their cost structure. And that's why I wouldn't even put Neo or Xpeng in the same sentence as Tesla just yet. As you guys know, just the past year, NIO was finally able to turn gross margin positive. And when they turn around, Tesla is already selling at well more than $10,000 USD cheaper than them. And for Xpeng, Xiaopeng, they make a nice product, the P7 that was competitive with the Model 3, but their margins are horrible still. They pretty much are selling at, on a unit basis, break even or at a loss, compared to Tesla is selling their Model 3 comfortably in the mid 20 digits gross margin. And while other companies are still bleeding cash, Tesla is already generating substantial cash flow and allows them to invest much more aggressively and innovate even faster. Number 3, the biggest loser though from this are not these pure play EV competitors. The biggest losers will be the traditional auto OEMs that are still making internal combustion cars. I'm talking about BMW, Mercedes, Audi, and as well as Toyota and Honda probably. I really think they're gonna see their SUV sales get cut in half in the next few years. And with the Giga Berlin coming online in Europe, I really think within the next few years, Model Y will be the best-selling SUV in the world, period. One of the biggest myths I've heard out there is Tesla is lowering their price because nobody wants their cars because they have no demand, almost out of defense, but it's quite the opposite. Tesla is able to iterate so fast on manufacturing efficiency and pushing down the cost. They're lowering the price and putting pressure on everybody out of offense. Trust me, the Model Y is really going to eat into traditional OEMs' biggest profit margin segment of entry-level SUVs. That's why the Daimlers and BMWs of the world are really... The only German manufacturer that's taking EV seriously, I would say, is Volkswagen, but they realize the extreme difficulty for them to turn around because the legacy dealership distribution model. The worst is probably Toyota. It's just setting itself up to be on the completely wrong side of innovation and history. In the short term, yes, I see NIO and Xpeng being hurt by this, but in the long term, they're actually set out to benefit from Tesla's success. From all the sales Tesla is able to take away from ICE vehicles and open up the entire EV market to be much bigger. I don't know if this is still true today, but for the longest time, more than 50% of NIO's customers are ex-Tesla owners. The fact that Tesla has been the one out front and continue will be the one really expanding the EV market and convince more and more people to give EV a shot, because most people still don't realize that the EV future is inevitable. The more that other EV manufacturers, whether that's Xpeng, NIO, or BYD, is set up to benefit. Lastly, what does this mean for Tesla stock? Honestly, not much, because at this price and valuation, the market is pricing in perfect execution in the next few years for its auto business. So it was pretty much expected that Model Y was going to launch at this time based on what we saw in the factory, and it was pretty much expected that they would need to have crushing numbers like this. And that's why, as a long-term investor, although I can be happy of my gains on the paper, I really don't like seeing a stock trade so much ahead of itself. It just makes it extremely difficult to recommend anybody to buy more. And also the high expectation basically sets up the company to have no room for any failure or missteps. Well, thank you guys for watching. Check out my TikTok link down below if you want to see more frequent updates. Hit me up in the free Discord chat. And use my referral code if you want to order a Tesla for yourself. And don't miss my next video about Tesla's record delivery numbers. Peace out.